and people will be like, well,
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
holy, why? Okay, I want to be friends with Jess Malboy. And yes, you probably still do want to be friends with Jess Malboy. She's a lovely individual. But she doesn't get 50 grand.
Nah.
Yeah, play that back.
We also wanted to touch on, for people watching this, was booking agents. You know, like booking agents, they're a marketing tool, because guess what? They market as in they get you in front of, they get you a show, which gets you in front of people. So how have you in the past worked with booking agents? Another thing that some artists do get pissed off about is, they take money and it took them like 3 minutes to do this thing. Why do they get that cut? And why are you happy to give them that cut?
Yeah. The last few tours I've done, I've kind of done mainly independently. I've had a manager here and there that's kind of stepped in and has guided me through it. Or in the last one, I had my old manager and Cam do a lot of the heavy lifting. So we didn't necessarily have a booking agent in the past. Yeah. I think going forward, it's a necessity. I think it's something that not only to take the stress away from people who don't need that. Like that wasn't their job. Cam's job was to create the show, and his job was to perform the show. He doesn't need to be liaising with venues, nor did my manager.
Because that's his time as well.
That's his time, and Cam's always, Cam will just do whatever. But there's only one Cam. Like nobody else will do that for you. Like he's just goes above and beyond for everyone, and it's not fair on him. Yeah, and also he's not experienced in that field. Like
it's not his expertise.
He did an incredible job of it. But I think if we had someone, and again, I barely broke even on that whole tour. Yeah. But I would rather have, I take that back. I have no regrets on that last tour. I think it was great. It was everything I wanted to achieve, and I was happy with how it went. But I wouldn't do it again. Yeah. I wouldn't have changed anything necessarily, but I wouldn't do it again. It was lessons. It was trial and error. It was what I got out of it, what I put into it. Like I understood what I wanted to get out of it. I think I achieved that. I showed everyone I was back. I got to reconnect with old fans and old friends, and also just put on a show for my friends and family in the Sydney show at least. So, but I think going forward, you need that booking agency. You need that tour manager. There are so many fingers in the pie. Like people don't get it. Like people will, and it's expensive. Of course it is. Like you look at people like Jess Malboy will charge, I don't know, 50 grand for a show, and people will be like, "Whoa,
yeah, that's a lot of money."
Holy, why? Okay, I want to be friends with Jess Malboy, and yes, you probably still do want to be friends with Jess Malboy. She's a lovely individual, but she doesn't get 50 grand.
Nah, that's the gross amount.
That's the gross amount. She'll still walk away with a hell of a lot more than anyone else will. But she wouldn't have got, if she had done it all herself and she had planned the whole thing herself, and she might have got a fifth of that, and it would be let's say from the 50 grand she takes 30. I'm just pulling figures out of my ass. But if she had, and you're like, well, if she'd done it herself, she could have had that extra 20 grand. Like what? Why would she not? But if she'd done it herself, I can guarantee you she wouldn't have got 50 grand. Yeah. She may have got 20 grand, and then she's 10 less than she started with. So
on top of all the other costs that she still would have had to pay.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm a strong believer in, I would rather have a small percentage of a bigger pie than I would having a larger percentage of a smaller pie, because it's, even though, as you said, like, it took them 3 minutes to do this, why am I giving them such a large percentage? It took them 3 minutes to do it because they know what they're doing, and they're a professional, and they're probably the best at it, and I can guarantee they're better than you at it.
And you're buying into their previous hard work. You know, like we've touched this with, why would you use a producer when you can do it yourself? It's like, well, you probably can't do it as good.
Yeah.
Also, the fee with a booking agent, with a producer, with a manager, the fee, and like, look, are all of them worth the fee they're charging? No.
Not necessarily, no.
Are some of them worth more than the fee they're charging? Yes.
Of course, yeah.
But that fee is like time you don't get back.
Yeah.
And you're buying as well, like, all right, my fee to this booking agent, for example, they've already networked with this many people. All I'm doing is like, the money is just a form of energy, but I'm transferring this money to this guy or girl to be like, hey, I need a show. And they go, cool, we know this guy. And so you're paying that
for that connection.
That connection that now has like, you don't know, like to get that if you do it on yourself.
Yeah.
You're just another artist hitting up another venue and now you got to schmoo them and they're like, dude, we don't give a shit. Like, F off.
Yeah.
But now by you going to him, paying him because this person trusts them, you're buying that. And that's what, you're saving yourself, who knows, weeks, months, maybe never.
Yeah.
You buy a small fee of what is it, like maybe 10, 20%, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Like that's the important thing to look at.
And I mean, I was about to use another example of the cover scene and people being like, we're severely overpaid, and we probably are, to be fair. But like, I'll put it in a super, super simple terms of you go to a doctor, you go for a half-hour consult, they charge you $100. You're like, well, that's kind of taking the piss. Like, he's just told me I have a cold. I could have told you that and saved myself $100. But they've also gone to 10 years of medical school and have the experience. And I can guarantee you I would rather have a doctor in there than your auntie sitting there being like, it's probably a cold, when the doctor's like, it might be worse. I would rather have that.
You're paying for the minimum risk.
Exactly. You're not paying for, even though it took them 2 seconds to do, and it would have been an effortless thing for them to do, and they would have looked at you and it would have taken them 2 seconds to be like, stop being a little bitch. You're fine. I'm not writing you a doctor's note. Go to work tomorrow. But you still like, you need that. You need that trust of, yes, I am like, it's shit that I have to pay this, but also like,
you're paying for their previous hard work, 100%.
Exactly. It's the same in any industry. This is no different. If you want to do the job yourself, go for gold.
And you realize how fucking hard it is.
Exactly. You can perform open heart surgery on your partner whenever you like. I can guarantee you
it's worth the $0 you're paying.
Exactly. It's you get out what you put in, I think is the moral of this whole story.
Yeah.